Sanjay Jha into all of this. Sanjay, appreciate the patience. Thank you, for staying with us. I want to come back to you, Sanjay, because yes, at one point of, when you look at it, these are protests, and if peaceful protests are being organized, they should be respected. This is a country that honors peaceful protests. But we've seen a lot of arson, we've seen a lot of violence. The latest case where the Indian flag was also disrespected. Yes, there's a deep-rooted psychology that one can get into, but at the face of it, Sanjay, I want you to maybe touch upon the fact that this can't not be political.
Well, I am not going to sit here and speculate, Preeti, as to, whether it's orchestrated or who is behind it, etc., etc. But the fundamental point of the discussion has to be as to why is it all happening. Of course, I mean, nobody in their right senses will not condemn whatever madness I'm seeing on your TV screens. But, I want to tell my good friend Zeenat Shaukat Ali, those little differences are actually, in my opinion, the problem. She sees them as little, but I see the Gujarat riots of 2002 or the violence that has happened in India in 1984 or what happened after the Babri Masjid demolition in Mumbai or what happened in the Muzaffarnagar riots are not little differences. They are manifestations of a very violent sectarian conflict, and that doesn't do any good to the great idea of India that we all swear by. I also think it is relevant to point out, Preeti, why is the Prime Minister silent? This is a diplomatic catastrophe of an unprecedented scale. Have you ever heard of countries coming together and asking another country's government to apologize? I mean, this is unheard of. And, end of day, I'm astonished that nobody's asking the seminal question. Why is the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, silent? I mean, this is the problem as far as I'm concerned. That, you need to right now calm a nation that is clearly at the moment on a boil. That's the right term that you used. And, the worry is that this simmering discontent can take on and morph into a more ugly configuration. Right. And somebody needs to step out there and nip it in the bud. And the truth be said, I don't think this is the time for Preeti, you, me, or Zeenat or Rahul to, pussyfoot around. I mean, we are talking about the future of our great country. And let's accept it. Yes, since 2014, there has been a progressive marginalization of the minority communities in our country. We ignored it. Oh, love jihad is just a sporadic outburst happening in some states. Land jihad, ghar wapsi, anti-Romeo squads, beef bans, hijab, halal. It all, somewhere down the line, is finding itself today in the kind of what I call as a very crude ugliness that is evident in terms of the anger that you're seeing from all sides. And I will tell you this with the responsibility on your show. Fundamentalist Preeti exist on all sides of all religions. And therefore, it is the responsibility of the government and India's chief executive to step in and find out a way to stop this madness from escalating further.